I'm Magnus Stanke. Thank you, Jessica, for inviting me into this interview. I will try. I don't have the questions in front of me, so I'll try and remember as much as I can. I'm originally from Germany, but I've been living in Spain now for over 6 years. Before that, I lived in London for a long time and spent some years traveling before, backpacking before, all of which has obviously had to build up a memory stock that I can hopefully use, that I tap into for the writing now. One of my dear hobbies, I'd say it's also a kind of a profession, is I'm a shiatsu therapist. Shiatsu is a massage technique that uses the same techniques and points as acupuncture, but with finger pressure instead of needles. Well, I come home, I have a little siesta, and then I work, except for weekends, of course. I personally, and I'm very old-fashioned in that sense, I like to write longhand, so the first draft I always write, hand on paper. Computing only comes in the second or third draft when I start typing it all up. I don't like to listen to music, I like it to be absolutely quiet that way, and I think what's important for me is, well, what they say is, inspiration is 95% perspiration, so doing it every day, doing it on a regular basis is very important for me, because if I leave it, I find it harder to get back into the work. What I always do before I start actually writing the prose is I write a more or less detailed outline, so I spend a good month or so on working out the details of the actual story of the narrative. I write that out, and then that's my blueprint that I can go back to day by day when I'm writing. What am I currently reading? I've got a few books here. Well, I read a lot of film biographies, King Vidor for one, for example, or something about Emmerich Pressburger. I also read lots of thrillers, Emma Leonard I've got here, but lots of others as well. Well, my first book is a retro thriller. It's set in the 70s. The second book I'm working on right now is also a retro thriller. It has some themes, some characters that appear in both books without being a direct sequel. The second book is set in the early 80s and early 90s respectively in Germany this time, and yes, that's hopefully going to be done at this time next year. Books or movies? Well, that's a tough one. Obviously I love books, but I discovered books partially through movies, so I'm going to go for movies. Dogs or cats? Well, definitely cats. Summer, winter, obviously summer, that's why we're living in Spain. Cake or ice cream? Or I'd have to say cake. E-book or physical book? Oof, that's a tough one. For film books, I think nothing beats a physical book, especially where there's images or something visual in there. If it's a novel, usually these days I prefer ebooks. Nights in or nights out? Well, advanced age, so I'd say nights in. Telepathy or telekinesis? Oof, pass. Car or airplane travel? Oof, again, if I want to go far, which I love, then obviously you need the plane. Hotel or camping? Well, I'd probably, if the weather's nice, then I'd go for camping. I'd rather go camping. And last but not least, losing all my money or losing all my pictures. Well, I can do without pictures of me, so I'd rather keep the money. Okay, well, thanks very much for this, and see you soon.